This is lesson 157. I really like this lesson. I like it for a number of reasons. I like the sense of practicalness that we can enter into this presence. I like that it's telling us that it's, part of our calendar of days, that we're going to get there. I also like the fact that it tells us, it holds out what we're also going to become, what we will experience as we move through this course. The course is constantly, it's very circular in its nature, but it's always going deeper and deeper into us. And it gives us these little glimpses of what will happen when we no longer have this body. It's not like we go somewhere else. I believe that we stay right here helping each other along the way. And I believe that is heaven. That is heaven when we know each other. So I always feel that people who have passed on, my parents, I feel them so near me. I feel them in even people like my dear friend Hugh Prather or Ken Wapnick, or these people who have moved on to no longer have these bodies, but I feel their sense around me. And I think that that's really what the Course is asking us to do, is to let go of these blocks and barriers to love's presence. And as we do, we feel that connection. We feel that sense that everyone is all around. No one has ever left. Why is that? Because we share one mind. I am oneself. That was our thought. At this last weekend, we carried that one thought, I am oneself, united with my Creator, at one with every aspect of creation, and limitless in power and in peace. That's what this lesson is affirming. As it says, this is a day when we are going to be silent. We're not going to have to say a lot of things, and we are going to trust. We're going to trust. It's a time when heaven is set apart, to shine upon us in this timeless light this day, when echoes of eternity are heard. And this is so beautiful because it's saying you can hear this, even if you haven't done the lessons before, even if you haven't been very good with the lessons, if you've never done a lesson before, it can be heard. This is a day, this is a holy day, for it ushers in a new experience, a different kind of feeling and awareness. You've spent long days and nights celebrating death, haven't we? Our angry thoughts, our limiting thoughts, our judging thoughts, our guilty thoughts. These thoughts are so unworthy and do nothing for us. They do not celebrate the life that God has given us. They celebrate death. Today we're going to feel the joy of life. We're going to enter into His presence. We can do it. It is not impossible. We can do it. And it says it's a crucial turning point in our curriculum. Why is that? Because we're adding a new dimension, it says, a fresh experience that sheds light on everything we've already learned and prepares us for what we are yet to learn. It brings us, and I like this line, it brings us to the door where learning ceases. We learn and learn and learn. What does the Course say? Really, this is a course not in learning but unlearning, right? Forgetting everything you've ever learned. But forget this course and come with holy, empty hands unto your God. It's telling us this. And yet, we're given 365 lessons and some 600 pages in a text and a manual for teachers. It sounds like a college course. What are you talking about? There's nothing to learn. Yeah, it's an unlearning process and a relearning process of the truth. So it is a little of both. And again, when we were at the weekend, we were talking about how the Course kind of talks on a couple of different levels. The reality of us and then where we kind of do the work. And how we were talking about we have to be vigilant for God and His kingdom. We got to watch out because our minds are little monkey minds. We just get so distracted. A fly goes by, we're feeling the presence of God. Oh, look at that. What happened over there? I'm off over there. Or something comes into my mind and I start cleaning, Frank. So, we get very distracted very easily, and then we get mad at ourselves for the distractions we make, and what we need to do is be tolerant of our mind wandering, but don't let it wander. That's what the Course is always, you got to laugh at it. You got to go, look what I just did. Look where I just went for an hour, off on some crazy tangent. Or maybe I had a real bad day. I just was mad all day, When you have those days, you go, but I didn't like that day. The beauty to me is we recognize we don't like it. We don't want that anymore. How many people live on this planet who don't know that they have the ability to say, I don't want that anymore. This is not worthy of a holy Son of God. That's my turning point in the curriculum. I have a choice here. I can choose for the peace of God. What do I value more? God's peace or this disturbing idea? God's peace or this angry thought? What do I value more? And that's kind of what this is saying here. But it's even adding a little bit extra. That's what I like about this. We're going to catch a glimpse of what lies past the highest reaches that learning can possibly obtain. See, isn't that interesting? The highest reaches that learning can attain, it leaves us there an instant, and then we go beyond it. Sure of our direction and of our goal. It's almost as if we reach this place and you go, I can't go anymore, I can't go anymore. And like if you exercise or you're a runner and you run, it's like, I can't go anymore. And then all of a sudden, you go into overdrive. Have you heard people say that? Maybe you've never done it. I'm not a runner, so I don't know, but I've heard people say they get to that where they're at the end of it, and then all of a sudden something happens. It's like they shift gear, and they go into overdrive, and they have that little extra boost. And to me, that's kind of what this is saying. There's something more. You should get excited about that. So I'm always, when I read the Course and read things like this, it gets me excited inside that, boy, there's something more there. And I can feel it. That's the power this talks about, the power and the peace. We talk about, I am one self united with my Creator, one with all creation, limitless and power and in peace, that there's something more than we can even imagine. And many times we kind of experience that at the moment that we let this body go. I've had many experiences at the moment when someone I've been with has actually let that body go, and it's as if you get a glimpse beyond what this world shows us. Now, we don't have to wait till that point to have that glimpse. That's what this is saying. It leaves us there an instant, and then we go beyond it, sure of our direction and of our goal. There's something more here. And then it says it. It kind of talks about it in that third paragraph. Today it will be given you to feel this, to feel a touch of heaven, though you will return to paths of learning. It's almost this thought that is soundless, impossible to articulate, and yet we know it within us. Putting words upon it, limit it. It is more than what we can imagine. And we feel it and we carry it with us back into our paths of learning.